Have you ever stood up from your favorite chair and felt like your legs just weren't quite there, like they were lagging behind the rest of your body? Maybe they felt heavier than usual, slower to respond, or unsteady in ways they never used to. At first, it's easy to dismiss these changes as just aging. But after working closely with older adults for over a decade, I can tell you, weak legs aren't always inevitable. In fact, in many cases, they're a warning sign that your body is missing something essential. What if I told you that the secret to keeping your legs strong and steady, even at 94, might come down to a few simple, but often overlooked, vitamins? That's right. In today's video, we're diving into 6 essential nutrients that play a powerful role in how your legs feel, move, and function every single day. These aren't trendy pills or expensive supplements. They're real, science-backed nutrients that directly support your muscle strength, blood flow, nerve function, and bone stability. And while most people focus on what shoes to wear or what exercises to do, they completely forget about what's happening inside the body on a cellular level, where true strength is built. That's where these vitamins come in. Now, this isn't just about taking a handful of capsules and hoping for the best. You need to understand how these nutrients work together, how to absorb them properly, and why missing just one can throw your entire system off balance. I've seen people take all the right supplements, but still feel tired, crampy, or weak because they didn't have the full picture. And that's exactly what I want to give you today. So if your legs have been feeling unusually tired after short walks, if you're getting more cramps at night, or if you've noticed a change in your balance or stamina, pause right here and do this with me. Take one moment to like this video, subscribe to this channel so you don't miss the rest of this series, and leave a comment below sharing which vitamin you think your body might be lacking most right now. I'd love to hear from you, and your voice might help someone else realize they're not alone in this journey. Now, here's how we'll break it down. We'll go through each of the 6 vitamins one by one, starting with a powerhouse that helps your muscles contract efficiently while also strengthening your bones. It's the same nutrient I've recommended time and time again to older patients whose legs were growing weaker, and the results have been remarkable. Within weeks, many reported more energy, fewer cramps, and better control when walking or climbing stairs. If that sounds like the kind of change you're hoping for, stay with me, because even a small adjustment in your daily routine could make a dramatic difference in your strength, your balance, and your ability to stay active and independent for years to come. Leg vitamin number 1, vitamin D, the backbone of muscle and bone strength. Let's start with a vitamin that forms the very foundation of leg strength, vitamin D. You've probably heard about it in the context of bone health, but what many people don't realize is just how deeply it influences your muscle function, balance, and even your ability to get up from a chair or walk with confidence. Over the years working with older adults, I've seen a pattern. When someone begins to experience leg fatigue, unexplained muscle cramps, or even difficulty standing for long periods, vitamin D deficiency is often one of the first things I look for. That's because vitamin D doesn't just help your body absorb calcium, it's essential for muscle contractions and the communication between your nerves and muscles. Without it, your bones can become brittle, but more importantly, your muscles may grow weak and unresponsive. In fact, research consistently shows that older adults with low vitamin D levels are at a significantly higher risk for falls and fractures. And while a fall might seem like a minor accident, for many seniors, it can be the start of a long road to losing mobility and independence. So how can you tell if your body's craving more of this vital nutrient? Pay close attention to how your legs feel at the end of the day. Do they ache, feel heavy, or cramp up even when you're just resting? Have you ever stood up and felt like your muscles took an extra second to catch up? These are common signals that your vitamin D might be running low. The challenge is that as we age, our skin becomes less efficient at producing vitamin D from sunlight. So even if you're spending time outdoors, it may not be enough. That's why dietary support becomes so important. Fatty fish like salmon and sardines, fortified dairy products, and egg yolks are all helpful, but for many of my patients, the simplest and most reliable boost comes from a time-tested source, cod liver oil. Just 1 tablespoon a day offers a concentrated dose of natural vitamin D that's easy to absorb and powerful enough to make a difference. And the results? I've had patients tell me they sleep better, their legs feel stronger, and those annoying nighttime cramps start to disappear within weeks. It's one of the few changes that delivers both quick relief and long-term benefit. If there's one nutrient you shouldn't overlook as you age, it's this one. Now that you understand how crucial vitamin D is, we're going to move into another vitamin that doesn't get nearly enough attention, but plays a powerful role in how your legs receive oxygen and maintain energy. Trust me, this next one might just surprise you. Battery vitamin number 2, vitamin B12, the nervous system's best friend. Have you ever had one of those days when your legs feel strangely off, like they're not quite connected to your brain? Maybe they're wobbly, a little unsteady, or take longer to wake up in the morning. Perhaps you've even felt a tingling in your feet or that odd pins and needles sensation, and you just assumed it was circulation or age. But what if the real culprit is something much simpler? Over the last 10 years working with older adults, I can't tell you how many times I've seen people struggling with weak legs, strange numbness, or difficulty walking only to discover they were lacking one critical nutrient, vitamin B12. This powerful vitamin is essential for the health of your nervous system. It helps produce red blood cells, carries oxygen to your muscles, and supports the communication between your brain and every nerve in your body, including the ones that control your legs. When your body doesn't get enough B12, the consequences sneak up quietly: muscle fatigue, poor coordination, and that dead leg feeling many people chalk up to aging. What makes this even trickier is that B12 deficiency is incredibly common in seniors, not because they don't eat enough of it, but because their bodies become less efficient at absorbing it. Even with a balanced diet, your stomach might no longer extract the B12 from food like it once did. So the symptoms persist. Some days your legs feel strong, other days they feel disconnected or shaky for no obvious reason. It's frustrating, and it's easy to feel like you're losing control of your mobility. But there's good news. This is one of the most reversible deficiencies I've seen in practice. Once we identify it and correct it, many people experience a noticeable change: better energy, stronger steps, and more confidence walking without needing to reach for the wall or furniture. So where can you get more of this essential nutrient? The best sources are animal-based: beef, poultry, fish, eggs, and dairy. But here's a tip I often share with patients who need a reliable daily boost: nutritional yeast. Just 1 tablespoon a day sprinkled on your food, mixed into a smoothie, or added to soup can deliver a potent, bioavailable form of B12. It's simple, natural, and easy to absorb. And the feedback I hear most? I didn't realize how disconnected my legs felt until they didn't anymore. When your nervous system has the fuel it needs, the difference is like night and day. Now that we've talked about B12 and how it powers the signals between your brain and muscles, let's move into a vitamin that focuses on something different: the structural strength of your joints. Because even if your nerves are sharp, if your knees and ligaments can't keep up, you're still going to feel off balance. Trust me, this next one is just as important. Tangerine vitamin number 3, vitamin C, the collagen builder for joints and recovery. Have you ever noticed your knees feel stiff in the morning, or that your legs seem to take longer to recover after a walk than they used to? Maybe your joints ache going up the stairs, or even getting out of bed feels like you're moving through molasses. If any of that sounds familiar, your body might be asking quietly for more vitamin C. Now, most people think of vitamin C as the go-to for fighting colds or boosting immunity. But from my years working with older adults, I can tell you it plays an even more critical role in your leg strength, collagen production, and inflammation control. Collagen is the glue that holds your body together. It supports your tendons, ligaments, cartilage, and even muscle recovery. Without enough of it, your joints become vulnerable, stiffer, less flexible, and more prone to injury. As we age, our natural collagen production drops. That's why many older adults begin to feel more aches and stiffness, not because of a new injury, but because their internal scaffolding is quietly wearing thin. I've seen this over and over again. Someone comes in thinking they need painkillers or physical therapy, when really, what they need is to rebuild from the inside out. And vitamin C is the cornerstone of that process. Not only does it help your body create collagen, it also reduces inflammation in the joints and muscles, 2 factors that directly affect how fast your legs recover after movement. Have you ever felt like it takes you a full day just to bounce back from a 10-minute walk? That sluggishness, that deep ache, it's not always just getting older. It's often your body telling you it needs help healing. So how can you give it that help? Sure, citrus fruits like oranges and grapefruits are a great start, as are strawberries, bell peppers, and kiwi. But one powerful, natural source I've recommended to many clients is acerola cherry powder. Just 1 tablespoon of this vitamin C powerhouse added to your water or smoothie can provide more of this nutrient than several servings of fruit, without the sugar spike. And the difference? My patients tell me they wake up with less morning stiffness, more bounce in their steps, and greater flexibility in their knees. Some even say they've gone back to doing things they had quietly stopped: gardening, walking the dog, or simply standing at the sink without needing to shift weight between their legs every few minutes. The takeaway is simple. Stronger legs aren't just built in the gym, they're rebuilt at the cellular level. If your legs have been sore, stiff, or slow to recover, vitamin C might be the missing piece. Up next, let's talk about a vitamin that doesn't just support strength, it guides your nutrients to the right places, keeping your bones strong and your joints light. And the one we're talking about next? Most people don't even realize it exists. Bone vitamin number 4, vitamin K2, the bone director that protects your joints. Now let's move into a vitamin that works silently in the background, but plays a critical role in where your strength truly lives, your bones. Because as strong as your muscles may be, if your skeletal system isn't properly supported, your legs will never feel stable. And that's where vitamin K2 comes in. Think of K2 as the traffic director for calcium. It tells calcium where to go, into your bones and teeth, and more importantly, where not to go, like your arteries, joints, or soft tissues. Over the past decade working with older adults, I've seen firsthand what happens when this balance goes unchecked. I've had patients who were faithfully taking calcium every day, hoping to strengthen their bones, yet they still experienced stiffness, knee pain, or even early signs of arterial calcification. Why? Because without K2, calcium can drift into places it doesn't belong, settling into the joints, hardening arteries, or building up in ligaments. And the result? Legs that feel heavy, knees that ache for no reason, a sense of tightness that doesn't go away no matter how much you stretch. It's a common mistake, thinking that calcium alone is the solution to weak bones. But calcium is just a building block. Without the right instructions, without vitamin K2, your body doesn't know how to use it properly. K2 helps guide calcium into your bones where it belongs, while keeping it out of places that could make your joints stiff or your circulation sluggish. This isn't theory, it's something I've witnessed time and again. I once worked with a woman in her mid-70s who took calcium supplements religiously for years. But instead of feeling stronger, she developed joint stiffness and even some mild swelling in her lower legs. We adjusted her regimen, added K2 through food and a small supplement, and within weeks she noticed a difference, more flexibility, less tightness in her knees, and a feeling she hadn't had in years, lightness in her legs. So where can you get K2? The best natural sources are fermented foods like natto, aged cheeses, and sauerkraut. But I know those aren't always realistic daily options. That's why I often suggest something simple and accessible, grass-fed butter or ghee. Just 1 tablespoon a day adds a consistent supply of vitamin K2 to your diet and helps ensure the calcium you're taking is going to the right place. If you've ever felt like your legs are getting heavier or your posture is starting to slump even though you're getting enough calcium, this might be the missing link. K2 won't just protect your bones, it'll help your legs move more freely, your joints stay limber, and your overall mobility feel more natural. Now, we've covered the structure of strength. Let's talk about the engine that powers every step, your energy system. And the next nutrient on our list? It's the one that helps your legs relax, recharge, and stay active without burning out. Collision vitamin number 5, magnesium, the energy mineral that keeps legs moving smoothly. Let's talk about a mineral that's often overlooked, but plays a starring role in how your legs feel, move, and recover, magnesium. If your legs have been cramping more often, feeling unusually tired even after light activity, or just heavy in a way that's hard to describe, magnesium might be the missing piece. I've seen this time and time again in my work with older adults, people frustrated by restless legs at night, tight calves, or that sudden, stabbing cramp that wakes you from sleep. And most of the time, it isn't hydration or potassium. It's low magnesium. You see, magnesium is responsible for over 300 biochemical reactions in your body, but one of its most important roles is helping your muscles contract and relax properly. Without enough of it, muscles become tense, overactive, and prone to spasms. It's what I call the brake pedal of your muscular system. Without it, your legs may constantly feel like they're stuck in gear. But magnesium's job doesn't stop there. It also helps regulate your blood flow, allowing oxygen and nutrients to reach your leg muscles efficiently. When circulation is compromised, especially in older adults, you may feel sluggish, slow, or unsteady on your feet. That's why many seniors who are magnesium deficient describe a constant sense of heaviness or stiffness in their legs, even without major exertion. I once worked with a retired teacher who had been struggling with persistent leg cramps and fatigue. She was active, ate well, and did all the right things, but still couldn't figure out why she felt so tired in her lower body. When we evaluated her magnesium intake, it was far below recommended levels. After incorporating magnesium-rich foods and a small daily boost of pumpkin seeds, just 1 tablespoon a day, she experienced dramatic changes: fewer nighttime cramps, more energy in her walks, and a noticeable improvement in her stability. That's the power of getting this mineral right. So where can you find it? Leafy greens like spinach and kale are great, as are almonds, whole grains, and yes, pumpkin seeds. Just a tablespoon a day offers a simple, natural dose of magnesium that's easy to absorb and fits seamlessly into your daily routine. Some people blend them into smoothies, others toss them on salads or enjoy them as a midday snack. However you take it, what matters is consistency. Within weeks, you may feel your legs becoming lighter, more responsive, and far less prone to tightness or twitching. If you've ever felt like your legs were doing too much with too little energy, this could be the fix you didn't know you needed. Now, we've talked about strength, structure, and stamina, but there's one final vitamin left. It's the one that powers circulation, keeps your blood vessels flexible, and helps ensure your legs get the oxygen they need to stay energized and alive. And most people don't even realize how much they're missing it. Red heart vitamin number 6, vitamin E, the circulation booster that keeps your legs alive. Now let's turn our attention to something your legs can't function without: circulation. Because no matter how strong your muscles are or how sturdy your bones feel, if blood isn't flowing smoothly through your lower body, your legs will suffer. That's where vitamin E steps in. I often call it the spark of life for your legs, because it keeps oxygen and nutrients moving, reduces inflammation, and protects your blood vessels from hardening or narrowing with age. And if you've ever felt like your legs tire out too fast, feel unusually cold, or swell after sitting too long, circulation might be the hidden issue. Over the years, I've met countless seniors who thought their leg weakness was due to aging, but it was actually poor blood flow slowly draining their energy. Vitamin E acts as a natural blood thinner, helping your vessels stay open and elastic so that blood can reach your muscles more efficiently. The result? Legs that feel warmer, more responsive, and less prone to that heavy, dragging sensation that makes walking feel like a chore. One of my clients, a 78-year-old former nurse, came to me frustrated because her legs always felt swollen by late afternoon. She tried compression socks, elevating her feet, even massages. But when we reviewed her diet, it was clear she wasn't getting enough vitamin E. After adding just 1 tablespoon of wheat germ oil into her daily routine, the changes were remarkable. The swelling reduced, she felt lighter on her feet, and perhaps most important of all, she said she finally felt alive from the knees down again. That's what better circulation can do. Vitamin E also reduces oxidative stress and inflammation, both of which silently erode your strength over time. When these factors are under control, your legs recover faster, endure longer walks, and feel less stiff after rest. It's not magic, it's biology working in your favor. So where can you get more vitamin E? Nuts like almonds and hazelnuts, seeds like sunflower and flax, leafy greens, and of course, wheat germ oil. Just 1 tablespoon a day can deliver a concentrated dose in a natural form that your body knows how to use. Blend it into a smoothie, drizzle it over cooked vegetables, or take it straight. However you use it, your legs will thank you. And here's the most beautiful part. When circulation improves, everything else starts to feel better, too. Your mood, your mobility, your sense of freedom. That's what we're really aiming for here. You don't just want stronger legs. You want legs that feel alive because they carry you through the life you still want to live. Now that we've covered all 6 essential vitamins, let's wrap things up with a few final thoughts and some simple ways you can start making these changes today. Indero outro, KTLUN and Trian Kam Hung. So now you know. 6 vitamins, each with its own role, its own rhythm, working together to help your legs stay strong, steady, and full of life. And none of this is about chasing youth or reversing time. It's about honoring your body, supporting it with what it truly needs, and choosing strength not just in movement, but in mindset. Vitamin D gives your muscles and bones the foundation to carry you through each day. Vitamin B12 keeps your nerves firing and your steps responsive. Vitamin C rebuilds the soft tissues that support every joint and stride. Vitamin K2 guides your calcium like a wise caretaker, ensuring it strengthens, not stiffens. Magnesium relaxes your legs, restores their energy, and keeps cramps at bay. And vitamin E, it's the lifeblood, delivering oxygen and vitality to every corner of your lower body. What's beautiful is that you don't need drastic changes or complicated routines. Just a few mindful shifts. A spoonful here, a sprinkle there. Small choices that, when added up, help you move with confidence, recover with ease, and live each step with purpose. And now, I'd love to hear from you. Speech Balloon, what part of today's video resonated with you the most? Was there a vitamin you realized you might be missing? Backhand index pointing out and leave a comment below. I read every single one, and your experience might help someone else who's silently struggling with the same thing. If this video gave you clarity, encouragement, or even just a moment of insight, please consider hitting that like button. It tells me this message matters. And if you haven't already, go ahead and subscribe to this channel. Don't forget to turn on the bell so you never miss another simple, powerful tip to help you stay strong, mobile, and independent. Because at the end of the day, this isn't just about vitamins. It's about living with strength, with freedom, with joy. And I truly believe it's never too late to take your next step stronger than the one before.